Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. Hello, beautiful souls. Hello on Instagram and hello on Facebook and YouTube and on Zoom. And welcome to a Magical Monday. I'll just open up the comments for Facebook. So we have another magical week ahead of us. Yesterday was the new moon, so I just remind you, if you haven't written out your new moon goals and intentions, I encourage you to do that. And I'll also talk about the energies for this week and also for this month, because I sent out a newsletter yesterday, and if you'd like to receive my newsletter, please let me know, because in my newsletters I include a lot of different tips and things that you can do to help you for your soul's growth and evolution. And that's what we're all here for. We're all on our soul's journey together to learn and grow, and we are all in this together, and we are all supporting each other, all our brothers and sisters around the world. And through this soul's journey, it is a this is a time of reflection and really pulling back your energy, because what's coming up, like last week, we went into Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we've already had a week of Mercury retrograde. We've got another 2 weeks. But like I said last week, for the rest of December is a time to slow down, really go within. We are in the Sagittarius energy, which is, exciting. It's about, wants to rush ahead and be expansive. But with the retrogrades, this is a time to just pull back your energy and reflect. So you may feel this push pull going on in your body and your mind. Your mind's going, oh yeah, go here, but your heart's going, go here. So if you're feeling that, this is a time to just pull back and be in the present moment, do your meditations and have some quiet time. And it's like, what is truly important to me right now? And what truly matters right now for my soul's growth and evolution. And when you slow down, some questions to ask yourself and journal on is, who am I? And what's your soul's mission? What's your life's purpose? And reflect on all your accomplishments from all the years that you've been on this planet, and also acknowledge yourself how resilient you are, and reflect on this year, just 2024. What are the learnings that you have gone through, these experience that you have gone through? Maybe good, maybe not so good, but this is like, there's always a learning, even when we go, oh, why did I make that choice? Or why did I go down that rabbit hole? Or why did I create and recreate that pattern? And why, because this is all coming from the old programming. So, what this energy this week is really asking us to pull back, because this is about transformation, it's about major breakthroughs, and being kind and gentle with ourselves as we go through this rebirthing process. And think of the caterpillar. Okay, the caterpillar is transforming out of the chrysalis. And I actually, because I've got a whole room, my healing room is full of butterflies, and I have a butterfly here, though. And I also have this little thing. It's not quite a chrysalis, but you get the point, right? Because just imagine you are the butterfly, that's in the cocoon, and what's happening, and all the challenges and the struggles and the old beliefs and old programs, and it's like you're breaking out of this little cocoon, going through the birth canal, and this is what we're all going through right now. And this month, you will really feel it. But this week is about major breakthroughs, especially this weekend. So that's why I encourage you to take some time to reflect, because what the end result is the beautiful butterfly, and you are transforming into the butterfly. But take some time to journal and meditate on everything that you have learned up until now, but with and where you're going. Because when we write out our goals for the new moon, it's like you make out all your list of intentions and then let it go. Let the universe work out all the details on the how. Okay, what you're doing is you're just planting those seeds. This is what I truly want. This is, I choose to be the butterfly. So this is a more of a spiritual journey that we are going through. It's not about collecting a whole bunch of material things. This is more of a collecting spiritual assets, and looking at our soul's mission, and but having trust and faith in this process of where you are going. And so when you're writing out your new moon goals, is be really clear about, this is what I want, and this is what I choose to be and do and have, and what changes is required in order for you to achieve and these the end results, because it's the changes that you make that is going to spark off this feeling of excitement and joy and just enthusiasm towards achieving your goal. Okay, because when you can get really excited about, this is the end result, this is what I'm going towards in my future, I can see it, I can feel it, I can have all the senses, everything is, you're feeling all your senses in your body now that you have this goal, because that's the power of visualization. So when you actually step into that, just notice what little chatter is happening in your mind, and they're the changes, they're the beliefs, they're the old programs that are still running, and that's the changes that you can help, well, you can rewire your brain to eliminate. And so this month is a time of reflection, pulling back and looking at, what are your unfulfilled dreams? You've written out all these goals all year, and you may be getting to the end of the year and going, well, what did I actually achieve? And what are all your unfulfilled dreams? And, and make a list, but then also feel into, well, what's stopping me? And maybe the universe has got something better. Maybe the universe has got something that's so much bigger than what you've written down. So be open to receive that, and just keep trusting and having faith. Because sometimes we write down our goals and they're quite limited because they're coming from a limited perspective. But when we can just go, well, this is what I want, but this or something better is waiting for me, and then open up to the something better, that's waiting for you. And also, this is with the new moon, it's looking at what is out of balance. And balance is one of my first steps of my Benn method of balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. And this is the foundation that I use in my coaching as well as my programs, because it's looking at which areas of your life are out of balance. And when you look at the wheel of life, it's like, oh, okay, this area needs some more assistance here. Okay, remember, no one's broken, no one needs fixing. It's like we're all on this soul's journey together in order to learn and grow, but open up to our higher self, our higher consciousness to receive the guidance. And just know that you're always guided, you're always protected, you're always safe, even when you may not make the best choice or decision in the moment. But just know that the universe has got your back, and it will give you the best possible scenario from that choice. And it's amazing what they do. They pull you out of different situations and circumstances, and when you're at that place in your life, and it's like, whoa, how did I get here? Okay. And so being kind and forgiving yourself, and also have compassion for others. Okay. There's a lot of planets that are retrograde right now. So there's a lot of planetary action and activity this week that may stir up a lot of things. So I recommend just to pull back your energy, and maybe don't make any major decisions right now until you feel that you have certainty and clarity, because there's a lot of energy that's being stirred up right now. And remember, you're breaking out, you're rebirthing, and coming into the butterfly. So keep going through this process and just trusting and following your guidance, and having a daily routine where you can just stop and just feel what you're feeling in your heart, and then feel the energy moving through you and clearing any of those shadow aspects. And last week we talked about the light codes, lighting up your light codes in your body. So this is a daily practice that I strongly recommend, where you can visualize pure source energy coming down through the top of your head all the way down, stopping at each of the chakras in your body, and having it just transmute the energy, transmute the heavy energy, or the shadow areas, or those parts of ourselves that are a bit stuck. Because what we're doing is we are clearing all the trauma from, and all the wounds from all our ancestors, from our lineage, from our mum's side and our dad's side, and we're clearing and healing all that energy. So this is, and I know this is what I put my hand up for in this life, to go, okay, I'm here to do my spiritual work and clear all the wounds and the trauma from all those past lives and the lineage on both sides. So I signed up for a very, very karmic lifetime. But feel for yourself what's coming up for you, and what's your soul calling you to step into, and keep following that guidance, and just know that in this process, just keep trusting that through this process, that spirit's guiding you, and you are safe and protected at all time. Because when you can just trust and surrender and let go, and release the attachments of how things should, I use that word very loosely, because it's like the whole should word is one of the old programs. Okay, though when we can just allow, the art of allowing, the law of allowing, and just open up to what's unfolding for us, and trust, and just feel into what's coming up for you, and what energy are you transmuting into light. And so this month in December, we will feel this retrograde for the whole month. We actually have the full moon on the 15th of December, but then the retrograde, we always have a shadow area. And then at the end of the year, we have another new moon, which is the black moon, because we have two new moons in the 1 month. But I'll talk about that closer to the end of this year. So this is a time of reflection, pulling back, being discerning on how you're facing your challenges, and what's coming up for you, especially triggers, or where you're reacting to different things. And you may feel anger we've talked about over the weeks, how to shift that, any frustration, and what do you truly desire in your life. So feel into that, and this is a great time of the year to actually feel into what do you truly want for 2025, because 2025 next year is going to be so miraculous. We are here to watch all these changes unfold. Okay. And I've actually got the butterfly deck here, which is all about life changes, because that's what everyone is going through right now. Everyone is going through and rebirthing into a butterfly of transformation. And so I'm going to choose a card from the butterfly deck. This is for everybody, and we'll just see what message comes up. And also, if you would like a card, please pop in the chat or the comments, or let me know. And hello on Insta. Hi, Sue and Keith. And thanks for being here. And happy Monday. So yesterday, the 1st of December, was the new moon, and amazing energy of planting your seeds of intention. And I did another video to, just remind people what this new moon is about, also clearing out any old energy that may be, well, we need to clean out the old before we plant new seeds. And one of the metaphors is pulling out the weeds in your garden before you're planting new seeds. But also with your wardrobe, when you're buying new clothes, it's like you have to clean out your wardrobe of things that no longer fit you, or you no longer use or want. And so this is where it's important to clean out the old, what no longer serves you, for you to create the new in your life. All right, just got a message come up on the screen that they've gone. Okay, so a card from the butterfly deck, which is parental care. So parental care, this is on how are you parenting yourself? How are you nurturing and nourishing yourself? So if there is some mother wounds there, or father wounds there, this is about how do you care and nurture and nourish yourself. And in order to heal those old wounds from your childhood, what's coming up for you in regards to your parents, and moving forward. And I opened it straight to the page. So this card indicates the parent-child roles have reversed, and you are now involved in the caretaking of your folks. Elder care is a process of attending to your elderly or medically challenged loved ones, which can mean a big lifestyle change for you. Of course, you care about their health and their comfort. However, how do you balance your own health and comfort? You drew this card because your aging parents are weighing you down, and you are guided to ask for help and support from the healthcare professionals and other relatives. It seems that you might have been assuming that no one else would lend a hand, yet garnering appropriate assistance is essential to everyone's well-being. Loving someone does not require you to be a superhero or to wreck yourself to save him or her. Love takes everyone's highest good into account, and including your own. So, and this can also, let me just let in Julie here, can also be caring for any friends or relatives. And but those that have aging parents, I know I was just talking to a client on the other day, and she was explaining that to get to her mum's place, it took 40 minutes, but 30 minutes of that she had to drive on the freeway, which brought up all this anxiety and fear because, you know, it's a very busy freeway. And so by the time she got to her mum's place, she was so stressed out, so anxious that it took away the energy of having a beautiful time, because she was so stressed about, I've got to drive home, and the fear of getting home safely. And she did this every single week. So if this parental care card resonates with you, because we all have aging parents, but it's also about you taking care of you first, and you're number one. Remember, put your oxygen mask on first, and clean up any unresolved issues within you so that you can be in alignment and be present for your loved ones, especially if you're a caregiver. And this is where it's so important, especially as, you know, if you're that's your role. Absolutely, you need to nurture and nourish yourself first. So what changes do you choose to make um, as you move into the new year? And again, comes back to balance. Okay, what changes will help you to come more into balance with yourself, but for your personal life, your business life, and all the areas of your life, you know, our career and health and spiritual growth and personal growth, and the finances and business and relationships and career, all of this needs to be in balance. So look at those areas and reflect on that for the rest of this month. So and be open to receiving the messages that come through, because there's so many revelations, there's so many insights coming through for you. And this is where the journaling and the reflecting will come in and help you to get clarity on your next steps. And for the next well, this week we will have a lot of breakthroughs. So be open to the revelations that come through. And okay, Sally, I see your message. I will choose a card for you. And hello, Julie. Julia. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you got any questions. And Sue, I love the butterfly deck. Can you pull a card for me? Absolutely. And so hi, Julia. Thanks for
Hi, how
being
are you?
here.
So
And
I just pop a question in the chat.
okay,
Is that what I need to do?
you can. or you can ask since you're speaking.
All right, great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just didn't wanted to check the protocol. I wanted to ask something about career. So, if I'm in the right place or if I should start looking for something else.
Okay. So now I'm going to choose a card. So can you just hold tight, Julia? And because
Mm.
Sally has asked for a card and also Sue, and I'll choose a couple of cards for them, and then I will come back to answer. We'll see what card comes through. So I'm going to do first, and we're going to use the butterfly deck. So, and I'll just move my butterfly out of the way. And okay, Sue, this is for you. Oh, it's nearly dropped. Okay, that one jumped out for you, Sue. Heavenly signs. Look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful card with the butterfly. So, heavenly signs. Let me just, I mean, it speaks for itself, really, isn't it? So, have you been seeing a lot of butterflies lately, dear one? This card comes to you as one of the many signs you're receiving from above to let you know that you're loved and watched over. Heaven frequently dispatches butterflies to signal that a passed on loved one is happy and sending you encouragement. Additionally, signs may include birds, feathers, and rainbows, or something else in nature. Or your signs might include coins or music or other human made items. You're asked to notice and trust these signs that you'll feel heaven's presence in your daily life. When you know that you're watched over and loved, you feel safer and more secure following the path of your dreams. And so, does that resonate? And this is also another sign is when you see the triple numbers, on number plates and things like that. And so just be open to receive the signs that you're receiving, especially when you're asking a question. It's like, well, show me a sign. Am I on the right track? Is this the right decision to make? Or what's my next step? And how does it feel? And keep following your feelings and trusting your inner guidance. And especially with choices and decisions, it's like we all come to a crossroads and it's like, well, I can go that way or that way. And the way to make a choice is like, well, if I go this way, how does that feel? And then if I go this way, how does that feel? And then trust the feeling that makes you feel good and feel strong. And this comes from your heart, not your head. Because the head, which will give you an ego response and maybe an attachment to something, and that's what in our human existence can get confusing for different humans, especially when it comes to relationships. And because we attract people into our life for us to learn and grow, and everyone's a mirror for us. So there's a lot of relationship changes right now, and it's like on a soul level you had an agreement to do this dance with this person for an X amount of time. And once the dance is finished, it's like, well, thank you. Thank you for showing me who I truly am. And now the dance is finished. And now I'm moving on to a different path. And just trust that. So it's about letting go of any attachments to trying to hold on to a relationship that may not be for your highest good and destiny. So always follow your heart, follow your feelings, and how does it feel? Okay. So Sally, I'm going to choose a card from you from the Psychic Tarot. And Sue says, absolutely. I see the triple numbers often, and you are so gifted. Thank you for following your path. Absolutely. Thanks, Sue. Yes, my soul's mission is to help humanity. Well, that one jumped out. To help humanity to come back to your soul's mission and help each individual to realign back to your true authentic self, because that's what we truly came here to do. It's not nothing else. It's like, be true to you, and 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 when you follow that and follow your heart and do your daily practices to keep just trusting and opening up to your higher self, your higher consciousness, and following your inner guidance and following your inner wisdom, then you'll be guided. And so there is no right or wrong. It just is. And like I said before, even when you get to a place and it's like, oh damn, how did I get here? But look at the learnings. So Sally, I got two cards that jumped out for you,
Mm.
and this may be quite conflicting. One is triumphant success, and the other one is disruption. So it's interesting because both of those cards, it's like, yes, you may be going through a disruptive time right now, but just trust that you are stepping into triumphant success. Okay, so again, like I said, with following your heart and following and honoring yourself. um, there's another client of mine who's going through a relationship breakup, and I spoke to her this morning, and and it's like, oh, it really hurts, but I just reminded her, it's like, look what you learned. Look what your soul learned from this experience. And just like I said, we're always learning and growing, and this is where we come into each other's lives in order to learn and grow, um, and be a mirror for each other. Okay, especially if someone triggers us, and it's like, oh, I'm feeling triggered, and in your heart, if the relationship is no longer feeling harmonious and peaceful, or bringing you joy, or enhancing you, or if you're going in different directions, well, then that's a choice to honor you. Okay, so I'm going to share the triumphant success, because that is what you are stepping into. And because this is, we had the new moon yesterday, so this is about your new beginnings and triumphant success. The first of the mental cards signifies that new beginnings and exciting challenges may be before you. By utilizing your strength, willpower, determination, and focus, there's the potential for you to reign in the triumphant in many areas of your life. In traditional tarot, this card represents the Ace of Swords. And since a sword is double-edged, it can cut through all the barriers that hold you back, and it's done constructively and with precision. Remember that there's another side of the blade. If you're rash or use it in a destructive way, it can be harmful to yourself and others. So always pause and think before you act. This card is a reminder to vanquish any negative thoughts from your mind, strengthen and tap into your mental powers, and use clarity with control in order to initiate new ways of thinking. Does that resonate with you, Sally? So it's interesting that, you know, you got the disruption card. It's like, but this is a time of you really looking at any attachments that you may be feeling, and a lot's coming to the surface right now. We've been talking about this for weeks, you know, with the secrets, you know, hidden secrets, and all the darkness is coming to the surface to be exposed. So there's big revelations, and this is breaking through from the old programming. So the old stuff, especially with relationships, the old programming may have been, you know, I feel alone if I'm not in a relationship. So people may go into relationship just so they're not alone, but then the relationship may be toxic or unhealthy for them, and then it turns into codependency, or maybe you just outgrow each other. But just know that each individual is on their path, and you get to choose which relationships you choose to be in. Does that make sense for you, Sally?
Uh, da, 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 da. I'm just trying to figure this out. Da, da, da.
What are you trying to figure out? I can see you, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me.
On.
Oh, you can hear me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you could hear me. Yeah, that card you pulled up, disruptive, that's quite appropriate, because in the past I've quite often described this relationship, this other person as in the relationship as disruptive, is energy. And the two cards, to me, they depict the struggle that I've had between my heart wanting the peace and my head, bringing up all the reasons why I should stay. The two sides of it. And yeah, I know in my heart that I've made the right decision to move on. That's what I need to do. And I'm looking forward to what did it say?
Well, it's new beginnings.
New beginnings,
But looking at the old programming, especially since there's been a conflict, you know, the mental conflict between the logical mind, but then your heart and your spiritual side is saying another thing. So that's where the push-pull comes in. And this is where I recommend just take a step back, and really, when you stop and be present and listen to your heart, and just really drop into your heart and listen to your truth, you will know. You will know what feels true for you, and what feels right. And I believe you've already made the choice to move on.
Yeah, I have. I do know. I just got to learn to listen to it and trust it. And even though sometimes my heart might be in conflict with what my head's saying, I just got to learn to trust my heart.
Yeah, trust yourself, and just know that you have the answers within you, and also acknowledge yourself for how far you've grown and what you've learnt from this relationship. And then when you leave the relationship, you're leaving with peace and love in your heart, and wishing them well. So you're forgiving yourself and forgiving them, and it is what it is. You know, if you're not meant to be together in this life, but just give thanks for however long you were together, and what you learnt from each other, and how much you've grown.
Yeah.
Because everyone is on their individual spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah, yep. That good. That makes sense. Yeah. Sort of just confirms what I've already know what I've been working through. Yeah, that I'm on the right path. Yeah. And yeah, I also see numbers a lot too. I see 911 a lot, and that's usually when I've been thinking about something, it's just confirmation that I'm on the right path. So yeah, I just got to learn to look for that and be aware of that and trust that more too.
911 is an emergency number.
I know. I used to see when I was driving, and I think, oh, geez, I better be careful. I'm going to have an accident. But then I realise it's not.
No. Well, it's but if you're seeing that number a lot, it's like what is the emergency that I need to make in my life right now? And
Mm-hmm.
so maybe that's a gentle reminder from the universe to go take note of the signs, take note of what were you thinking at the time that you saw those numbers. Normally with the angel numbers, they're usually coming three. So 999 is about completion, completing a cycle and endings and completion, whereas 111 is new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the numbers all represent different meanings.
Yeah.
So just take note of all the meanings. 555 is about change.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at a crossroads in your life, and what changes do you choose to make? Is that helpful?
Yep, it is. Yeah, very helpful. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Sally. Okay,
Yeah,
Julia.
thank you.
My pleasure, lovely. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And just be gentle with yourself. This is a time of loving and accepting yourself and being kind and gentle. And also for the new moon goal manifestation workshop, I'm turning it into a course, so that will be available online soon. So for the new moon at the end of this month, you can access that from the portal, and then you can do it every new moon and go through the process. It's very powerful, of the visualization, really getting clear about your goals and reflecting on what's coming through for you now and what's your next immediate step. And so it will really help to gain clarity and certainty for yourself when you go through this process. So I'll let you know when that is released and send that out. And I'll choose a card for Julia. Okay, Julia. So you would like a card for Korea, is that right? Okay. So I'm going to make 3 piles. 1, 2, or 3. Which one lights up for you?
2.
2. Material harvest. There you go. There's your answer. Lovely. Yeah. Beautiful. So whatever you're moving into, it is a positive thing. Have you got a new job?
No, I haven't. I'm in the same one. It's just that, everything has its ups and downs. But there's been a couple of things that have come up, and it's come up repeatedly. So it makes me question if I should start thinking, a bit more outside the box, whether or not to stay. So yeah, that's really where I'm at the moment. I've really loved the job, but I've got a couple of people that are very controlling, and they keep trying to. And I've already gone through this over a year ago, but they keep trying to. Well, they can't actually help me, and they can't do my job, but they're trying to do it instead. But they do it through the back door by going and talking to the big boss and making out that I'm a bit of a ning nong. So yeah, it's pretty offensive.
Interesting. So feel into, because it's like or your work colleagues, it's any relationship, it's like, oh, this is interesting behavior on what's coming up for them to do that behavior, and but what's also being triggered in you, and where are you maybe judging yourself, or if they're trying to undermine you, well, is there an area in your life that you're undermining yourself or not believing in yourself 100%? And because it's you're good at your job and you can choose. I like right now I wouldn't make any choices or major decisions for this month, but maybe look at next year to look at what is the universe guiding you into. But you've got, the holiday season coming up. And so, and with the law of the universe, it's what you sow, you reap. So this card states that this is your time to reap the harvest you've worked for and so rightly deserve. And it's the last physical card. It denotes self-mastery, self-sufficiency, independence, security, and the art of enjoying what you've strived for. So you've done the hard work, you've learned the lessons along the way and used them to prosper in all areas of your life. And also that number 9 of this card means endings. So not that good fortune necessarily stops, but do honor completion of, honor yourself as you finish up or celebrate the completion of projects. And this would be the perfect time to look ahead and use the wisdom you've gained to think about what else you want to achieve, and consider smart investments and ponder ideas that show profitable potential. And congratulations on your success because you've earned it. So this is a positive card in you moving forward for your highest good and destiny. What comes through for you?
What do you mean by that?
So when you heard the meaning of this card, what came up for you?
Yeah, so I do have a lot of recognition for what I've done, and it's funny, because I get people all the time coming up and saying, "Oh, you're doing a really great job," and I'm not used to people being like that at all. So it's a career that I had for a long time before that. I didn't really get recognition for what I did. Like, I knew I did a great job, but if they could find someone cheaper to do my job, then, bye-bye, Julia, have a nice life. And so it affected my confidence very much about things being stable and about being valued in an organization. So I do tend to, sorry, excuse me. So I realized, on what you were saying there, that the belief in myself is something that, is lacking, which is where I can have that chink in the armor, I guess. I don't want to have armor, but unfortunately, a lot of when you do have some kind of success, it's like the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the victory card, and the next one's is 7, and it's like people want a little piece of whatever you've done, so you have to sort of go into battle a bit to maintain your position. But I just don't want to have a continual battle. Is really the thing.
So what do you want? Because this is one of the questions, and I know that you came in late, but it was reflecting on your accomplishments, but also asking your soul, who am I? Who am I? What's my life's purpose, and what's my next immediate step? And just trusting your soul on this mission, and having faith that you will be guided. Though this is about acknowledging all your accomplishments, everything that you have achieved, and knowing who you are. Because it's not about proving anything to anyone else to get their approval or acceptance. And yeah, there's some people who will do behavior because that's who they are.
Exactly right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not up to us to change that behavior in them.
No, that's it. And that's the thing I recognize, like, they seem to be like they're just sleeping, waiting. And that's the nature of some of it. And so it's not something I can change. So I'm not gonna, cry over that. But it did make me really think a lot about what I'm doing and why I'm doing. And I really the key thing came up is that I want to have more autonomy, like employing myself a bit more, and maybe moving into that going forward at some stage, like to start sort of transitioning away from like keeping what I like about this position. I mean, there's some really great stuff, but maybe starting to transition towards some more autonomy in my own kind of role. So I've got a lot of different things that I'm really interested in and capacities that I can do, but I've sort of put it out there and not had that much response. And
It's all about the timing. It's just trust. You get put your goals out there. That this is what I want, and you just hand your shopping list to the universe and let the universe work out the how. And sometimes in life it is about the timing, and sometimes things need to be in place before we manifest the thing. But just know that everything that comes into our life is for our highest good and destiny.
Yeah.
And this can be positive or negative.
Yeah.
So depending on our thoughts, and our thoughts have energy, and that energy has a vibration and a frequency. So depending on what we're putting out there from our thoughts will attract in exactly that thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's good.
So and be very specific and clear about your new role that you choose to step into, and embrace that, and just put it out there to the universe and let the universe work out the timing of it.
Yeah, that's good.
And if you'd like a session on this, we can go much deeper. Though I've got 3 minutes and I need to jump off. So thank you
Thank you
everyone
so much.
for being here, and you're welcome, Julia. And hi, Kristen, and hi, Amy. Great to have you here on Insta, and this will be also on YouTube. Please subscribe and follow and comment on YouTube as well. And just go out and create miracles. Magical moments, create the miracles this week. Take some time to slow down and reflect on, okay, what else, open up to all the miracles, because you deserve it. You're worthy. So when you just open up to more and more miracles, the universe always provides, but you need to believe and have faith and have trust that you're worthy and deserving to receive those miracles. So have fun, and I'll be back here next Monday, same time, same channel. And thank you for being here, and thanks for joining. And you're welcome, Sally, and thanks for joining on Insta. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday. If you would like to book a session, go to my website, lindabenn.com, and we can always do a private session and go much deeper. Okay.
Lovely. Thanks,
Sending
Linda.
love, many